What makes jealous people so dangerous? The people that are around us, our family members, our co-workers, right? Our spouses, friends, family, whatever. What makes a person who's envious, what makes them so dangerous, right? And what are the telltale signs when you engage these types of people that show you that you're dealing with someone who has serious insecurity issues and who are very jealous and self-loathing? How do you know? How does one know this? Now today, I was somewhere today, and which is why I'm talking to you folks, because this is what sparked this conversation. And these are the moments in my life where I come to you and talk to you, because I told you every single day I'll be able to reflect in some moment and see an example of poor behavior, right? And how people are in reality, right? Because this is why I'm like this. I'm not just a pessimist just because for the sport of it, for the mere sport of just saying what people aren't or are going to do. What I'm saying is that I apply the knowledge of my experience to my everyday and how I deal with people and what I expect from people. Well, today, I was somewhere and I pulled up. I had two people watching me when I pulled up. I got out of my car and they pulled up to me, right? They were sitting in a vehicle and they pulled up to me and rolled the window down. So I'm thinking that they're looking for directions or anything like that. One would only think that would be what the case would be, right, in that situation. Somebody's not just going to pull up on you for just no apparent reason. But they did want to know something. Their first question to me was, well, they actually tried to bait it. And this is another thing I'll talk to you folks about. They like to use bait tactics. But they tried to give me an underhand compliment, right? A backhand compliment. And they said, that's a very nice car you're driving. That's a really nice car. How do you afford that car? And so then, me being a justice empath, I was not going to put up with such intrusion. So I really asked them, where did they get off asking such a question? And why would they think that question would be appropriate? I checked them thoroughly. And so then the guy says, well, I'm not saying it because you're black, which was another can of worms. So I had to check him on that, because this is not about that either. So he's, so then after all of this cursing out and putting him in his place, he still had another question. His next question was, are you leasing that car? To which I told him, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Get down the road, man. Go about your day. And I left them there. I don't even know why I even entertained that level of BS. I don't even understand why I entertain that. But see, here's what I'm saying, folks. When you do things in your life, you work hard for what you have, right? If you work hard and you have a nice car or you have a nice home or something, you work for those things and you don't owe anybody anything based on how they feel inside about their low achievements and accomplishments. You don't owe anybody anything to make them feel better, right? So one of the ways that you can tell when someone is envious is how they give you a compliment. You don't know me from the back of your goddamn shoe, or bottom of your shoe or something. You don't know me from a hole in the wall. But you're going to imply that I'm not able to afford something. You don't even know me. First of all, I don't even look like I can't afford something. So you should assume that if I have something, unless I stole it, unless I told you, and which I should have done that, because that's another one of these tactics. I could have just been as silly as they were and said, well, yeah, I stole the car. But you're implying that I shouldn't have something, and that's why you were saying that to me, to which I ultimately just dismiss your ass because you're not worth feeding, right? Those are the types of things that people do. Now, I've done several videos about all of this stuff for you folks, and what extreme measures that some of these severely toxically jealous people will take to destroy you or bring you down when you have something that makes them feel envious. If you have a nice car, they may try to destroy your car. They may try to flat your tires. They may try to scratch your paint up or something. You know, if you're getting food, I've had this happen where people will put objects in your food, rocks, you know, boogers, just disgusting things. I've had that happen where I didn't, because I'm an empath, I was able to stop and catch it right then and not eat the food until discover there was something on it. You know? See, I'm prepared. When I'm dealing with a low life SOB, right? When I'm dealing with that, or DOB, when I'm dealing with these types of people, I automatically come prepared for the fight. I'm a mental ninja, right? I'm ready for anything. You know, I was trying to coach one of my friends earlier today about this very thing because they struggle in this aspect where they're just not prepared, and they want to know, how can I be battle ready? How can I be prepared for the toxic comments that a sociopath, narcissist type person is going to hurl at me at any given moment? And I told them to always frame their mind, because there are more bad people than good. From my experiences, I always deal with people expecting some bullshit. Now, was a perfect example of that. To any of you people out there who think that I am exaggerating this situation or my feelings about it, I want you to put yourselves in my shoes. Imagine yourself going to some public place and getting out of your car to have some complete strangers approach you and ask you about your ability to afford that car, or how you got it, or something like that. Not just paying you a compliment, it's a nice car and go about your day. But these folks are literally trying to invade your space by asking you really, really personal questions. And that's toxic behavior 101. I do not ask people questions of that caliber, right? Unless I know them. And I wouldn't even ask a person I know. And that's what I'm saying. See, you have to frame your own mind based on how you feel about yourself and what you would be willing to do. You have to frame that. So, hey, how you doing? I have people jogging out here. Now, but what I'm saying is that is what occurred. And I don't have any extra thing to tell you folks about how to deal with these people, because they all come in different flavors and forms, and you're not sure what you're getting one day to the next. You could get a severely toxic person on one day, and on another day you can get a mildly toxic person who may try to use humor to take stabs at you. All of it is the same behavior at its core. Doesn't matter the person's actual personality, but what they're willing to do to invade your space or affect your emotions, because they are feeding off of your energy and the negative feelings that you have when they create these scenarios. So that's what you need to do. You need to always be prepared for bullshit. And you need to always know yourself, because if you know that you're not going to do something, then you can frame it from there. You can set your foundation on that, knowing what you'll be willing to do or not. So when you encounter people willing to do opposite of what you would do, then that is your telltale sign right there. That's how you spot them. You know? These are folks that, you know, you can have on a nice shirt. They may have stuff on their hands or something. They may try to come up and pat your back and mess up your nice shirt. You know, your Ralph Lauren or something. Whatever. These people do things because they want to take away something from you. It's only for that reason. But really, when you look at the really true core of why they're doing it, it's because they feel you shouldn't have something because they don't have it. Hey, I can't afford this car, so why do you have it? I'm entitled to everything. I should have everything I want. That is how they think. You cannot be friends with folks like that. How in the hell are you going to be a successful businessman and you're willing and dealing with these type of people? So you have to really know who you're dealing with. Stop walking around being that proverbial person in the movie who's assuming that nobody's being harmed. You know, you see the little kid telling mom and dad, hey, there's a werewolf in the closet, to which dad is saying, get some sleep, son, you're just tired, there's no werewolf. These are the people that most of us are. Most of us are like sheep and cows, right? dumb as a fucking brick, low insightful intelligence are not able to look at a person, see them do heinous shit, and then assume that in another scenario they would not do worse, right? What is going on with your mind where you're fragmenting your thought patterns? What's going on with that? You know, if I'm able to rob a homeless man, why wouldn't I be able to rob a rich man? You guys have to look at things for what they are. Don't always put yourself in a situation where you're willing to confront a narcissist or a sociopath, because that depends on your life. I'm not going to put you people in a situation. You may have a job and you have to play the game, and the stakes are raised up a little higher in this poker game. So you have to really keep your cards close to you, right? When you're dealing with people who can affect your life with paychecks and bonuses and stuff like that, that's a whole entirely different subject. So you have to tread with caution with those people. But when you're talking about just general people, strangers in the street, you don't have to allow this to happen. You don't have to allow people to approach you, because they could be looking to harm you or do things. And I told you guys before, when people come up to you and ask you personal questions and they have not divulged anything about themselves, you have to be suspect of those things. Would you do that? That's what I'm saying. Frame it in your own mind. And if you would, then most of you are assholes, like I said. And it's justified for what I say about you. Because if you can't see the logic in what I'm saying, why am I wasting my time? Now, I'm only talking to people who truly can see the light in what I'm saying. Who don't do these things. Who don't infringe on people. You know? That's what I want y'all to grab. The jealousy. I cannot stand jealous people, because they are unfixable, right? The severely toxic jealous people will literally, if they could, they would fucking tap your brake line or something in your car. They would goddamn put sugar in your gas tank if they could. In that nice car that you worked so hard to pay for. Some of you have car payments and shit or whatever. And just think about that person doing that to you. How you would feel. They're going to get away scot-free. Nobody's going to see them, because most of the cows and sheep that are around them are going to uplift that behavior. They're not going to even assume that person did that, or even think that person will have the capacity in their mind to even go to such an extent. You're those people in the movie. You know? You need to pay attention to what you actually see in a person's behavior, in their actions, and what they're willing to do. This is not rocket science here, but many of you are dull. You know? Many of you are really dull. I have made it a point in my life to stop dealing with dull people. Right? Now, I'm not any better than any other human. I breathe the same exact air that you breathe, but I'm not going to let your toxic energy invade my space. Right? I don't owe you an explanation about why I work hard for something. I earned that. Whatever I have, goddammit, whatever I have in my life, I earned that. I don't owe you anything. You are a lowlife. That's why you don't have something. That's why you don't even have the right type of mind to get what you want. You're lazy. You want things to be given to you. This is why you're a piece of shit. Because someone in your lives, because it's a bunch of you guys, it's all of you. Someone did not give you the proper tools to go out and tackle life and get what you need, or make attempts. You're not going to always win. Sometimes you'll fail, but you get back up. These people hate failure, so they don't even want to encroach or approach failure or even experience it. So everything they do is a quick fix and is easy money, so to speak. Everything they do is just for the quick gratification, right? So when they engage you, it's only for that. You're not even a real person to them. This person could not care. These people could not even give a rat's ass about how I felt about them intruding in my personal business. To which when I even checked them on it, they still did not grab it, because they have low functioning IQs and low emotional intelligence. You don't even see that I'm uncomfortable, but you're still asking me. And the last question that was asked of me, right, was, am I leasing my car? Right? Are you leasing your fucking car, you stupid motherfucker? Like really though. And your only reason for doing that is because you assumed or you wanted to believe that I was not capable of having that. You don't know me. You don't know where I live at. You don't know anything about me. I know something about you based on how you presented yourself to me. I know you don't live in the house I live in. I know that. I know you don't have the car I have. I know that. Why do I know? Because you're in my face trying to probe me about how I got something that you don't have. You're a piece of shit, low life motherfucker. I love bad behavior, folks. I don't love people who are tactless, low lives with insecurity issues and who don't know what to say out of their mouths based on their inner roller coaster of emotions that they're experiencing that I have to deal with. I don't love you folks. This was a tidbit right now, folks. I'm gonna get back to start walking and getting down this path, but I want you guys to understand that, you know, don't be quick to fight someone, or don't be quick to, I wasn't, you know, I got this person in line, but it wasn't like I was trying to be violent or be loud or anything like that, because you don't know who you're dealing with. That's another thing I want you, now we'll talk about it another time, but I want you people to pay attention to that too. So y'all like the videos and share them. Subscriptions are always welcome. Have a good day. Try to steer clear of these asshole jerks. Take care.